hope that we all have those memories from high school, from when we did some of those fun but silly things. And in my life, unfortunately, there are many funny and silly and crazy things. I was in high school during the platform shoe era and the maxi dress. And of course, the higher the platform you had, the better you were. And I fell right into that trend. Loved my platform shoes. Felt like I was 6 feet tall when I wore those shoes. Well, it happened to be one Sunday when I was heading off to church. Now, at that time, here in Sunset, there was the old green church, sat up on the main road through Sunset at the top of 1800. And I think that church had been there forever. And it was painted green. And it was a 3-story building. Now, as you entered the church through the front entrance, you'd come to the place where the coats hung. And then off to the right, there was a stairwell. And the stairwell led up to the top floor where our ward's clerk's office were. And in the LDS church, you get the opportunity to pay tithing, which is 10% of whatever you earn. And that's something I just have always done, and it was always a part of my life. So every Sunday, I would get to church a little bit early and head up the stairs, 2 flights of stairs up to the clerk's office to pay my tithing. Now, in this stairwell, as you were heading up, there was a great big, huge glass window. Now, you couldn't see out the window. It was sort of a milky colored glass that was marbly looking, had texture in it. It had let the sunlight through, but you really couldn't see anything outside. And if you were really close to the window, somebody looking from the outside in might see, you know, a shadow or the shape of a body or something. But anyway, I'd paid my tithing and I was coming down the stairs. Now, this is when the fun begins. I had my big 5-inch high platform shoes on, and I was walking ever so gracefully down when the heel of my right foot got caught in an old worn patch on the stair. My heel hit that, and my right foot stopped. But my other foot kept going, and boom, I started falling. I was falling straight down the stairwell. As soon as I hit that horizontal angle, my right foot came up and led to the speed of me sliding now straight towards that great big 20-foot high window. At least it seemed 20 feet. I just went boom, burst right through. All I could hear was glass crackling and breaking and falling. It was falling inside the building and it was smashing down on the cement below. I'm hanging out the window with my head and my right arm all the way out. People are walking in and they're looking up going, I try to pull my arm back in, but I can't. It's stuck on something. So the only thing I can do is wave at the people coming in. Well, of course, there was a lot of noise. Everybody came running. It seemed like everybody in the entire ward was there early and came running to the stairwell. But the first people to come and get me were the 2 men that were sitting up in the clerk's office. His name was Brother Johnson. He came down and very gently lifted my arm off of the glass broken shroud where my arm was embedded in it, lifted it off, pulled me gently through the window. I could only imagine what I looked like, because there I am laying with my feet up the steps, my body on the level between the next stair case and my head out the window. I was pulled in, and good old Brother Johnson pulls out a beautiful embroidered, freshly ironed and laundered handkerchief, a white one, and places it on my arm, and then also places one on my arm here because I had 2 great big gouges. was like a miracle, though, that there was no glass through my face or on my neck. Brother Johnson helped me up and helped me down the stairs. You know, nobody was going to trust me with those great big platform shoes on. And as I walked down into the chapel, I found my mom. And as I was walking up there, big horrified eyes, she looks at me. Gayle, what happened? As I started to explain, I fell through the church window. Brother Johnson stopped it right there and said, Sister Hasler, you need to get her in. She's got to have stitches. My mom immediately jumps up. I'm carrying the handkerchiefs tucked in on the upper part of my arm and down here. And as we're leaving, one of the smart aleck boys in my Sunday school class, he goes, Gayle, you must not have paid a full tithing for all that to happen. I turned around and said, yeah, real funny. Well, you guessed it. I still didn't give up the platform shoes.